Welcome to the Rise Above show with Patricia Jo Grover, where we rise above our challenges and turn believers into achievers. I want to thank our proud sponsors, 133 Approved Funding, because they say yes when the banks say no. Right now, so many businesses are having a hard time keeping their doors open and people employed. So I want to thank them again. And thank you to Michelle DiMuria, who is my special guest today. Let me tell you a little bit about Michelle. You know, um, she is the founder of the Be Daring Foundation, and Michelle DiMuria is an ASU graduate, has an undergraduate degrees in criminal justice with a BS, and psychology with a BA, and a master in criminal justice. She is the founder and CEO of the Be Daring Foundation. She was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. And Michelle has a love for sports, particularly football. And she was a former dancer. Michelle used to compete in Latin and ballroom dancing. So in her downtime, when she isn't busy running her foundation, Michelle is sharing her story with others. She is a survivor of rape, and Michelle provides hope and support to others living with PTSD since 2017. Michelle finds ways to help make herself strong, and she creates playlists from Spotify, and she has favorite TV shows and movies that she watches. So, oh, a story that needs to be shared is definitely this, Michelle. So thank you for being with me, and I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Patty, for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's a great way to kick off 2021 with this is my first show of the year, so I'm excited to be on your show as my first one this year. So that
We're back. Okay, so we'll start again. So we'll start with the first show of the year.
yeah, first show of the year. I've been super busy. We have a lot going on this year with the foundation. I'm excited to share with you guys what we have in store for 2021. So when Patty asked me, I was like, of course, I would love to be on your show. I've been wanting to get on, but timing has just been crazy with dealing with 2020 and the pandemic. And it's nice to finally settle down and get back in the swing of things.
And what better day today? We're doing this. We're recording this today, which is National Women's Empowerment Day. So I love the topic that we're going to talk about, and this is fantastic. So, oh, Michelle, I know you have so much going on, and so just share with me, and then I'll start asking questions about the things, because you do all the stuff you have going on. So let's start with sharing your story, a little bit of your story here.
Okay. So 2017 started off amazing. I was doing my master's degree in criminal justice because I was bored. I decided to do 3 degrees at the same time. So like, why not? I got nothing better to do. I'm just going to do 3 degrees at the same time. And in April of 2017, I was nominated and received the Pitchfork Award from Arizona State University. So it's like their big award season in April. So out of 60,000 plus students, I won for best educational program for my mental health awareness week that I did the year before.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, and I was the only student from the campus. I was at the West campus, and so that was like our first Pitchfork Award. So I was like, everybody was cheering me on. The fact that I won for a topic that's so quiet. People are so afraid to talk about mental health, and here I am, a student putting on an entire week by myself the year before, and I won for best educational program.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I was doing well, and then May, my family got the worst phone call any family would ever want. We learned that my aunt and uncle were found murdered.
Oh my goodness. That's yeah. No one wants to hear that. Oh my
No.
goodness.
Yeah. So here we are trying to deal with that. And then about 2 weeks later, I learned where my aunt was found, and the floodgates opened, and I remembered everything that happened to me when I was raped. See, what happens, because my rape was so severe, my
I
brain tucked it away.
I just got goosebumps just feeling that, like how that creep up on you, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah. So because it was so severe, my brain thought you need to tuck this away, and lo and behold, after one traumatic experience, I'd have to deal with this.
Right.
And so without going into too much detail, he raped me not once, but twice, and almost a third time on the same day. So going to school, I'm grieving with the loss of my aunt and uncle, I'm dealing with my rape, and I'm planning my first Pave the Way mental health summit. Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot.
Right. It is. Yeah.
And so in October of 2017, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD. And I started sharing my story with my friends. And they're like, you're crazy. I can't be friends with you anymore. And it got to the point where I actually contemplated suicide. I actually had written my notes, my goodbye notes. I was so far down the rabbit hole. I actually pictured my family dancing on my grave. That's how bad it was for me.
Oh, Michelle. Oh my God, that brings tears to my head. What in God's name? Why would somebody say you were crazy, that they don't want to be friends with you anymore? That is just, oh my God.
But that's what happens when you're dealing with a mental illness. As much as we don't like to use that subject,
right,
there's a stigma around it. And so I can still to this day feel the texture of those pills in my hand and the thoughts running through my mind. But my guardian angel saved me. Here I am. And so I started building my own roadmap. And that's what got me through those dark days. And from there, in 2018, the Be Daring Foundation was formed. And that's B-E-E for those listening, because people say B-E. No, B-E-E is like a bumblebee. That's what my foundation is named after. And part of the reason we chose that name is bees are resilient and they're fighters. People with mental illnesses are fighters. We may be struggling. We may be afraid to speak up, but we're fighters. And I know mental illness is not the topic people like to use, but I don't want to confuse it with mental health, because that's a whole other genre. Right. So please know, to those listening, when I use mental illness, it's merely saying that this part of our mental health is an area that's often forgotten about because of the stigmas and the labels that surround mental health.
Right. Okay, and that's important to note that, Michelle. So thank you for sharing that. And our viewers and listeners really make note of the differences and how it can affect people. Yeah, definitely. So so tell us more about all these things, because I know within the Be Daring Foundation, there's so many different legs, I guess, right, to everything. So can you tell us what they are?
So for starters, we are the first civilian mental health organization that I've found. So what that means, just real quick, is there's two roads in mental health. There's the professional side, which is the therapists, the counselors, the medication, the inpatient, outpatient treatment. And then we focus on the human being side of it, which is why I call it the civilian side. Because everybody that works with me or volunteers with me are all civilians for the most part. We don't have degrees in counseling or therapists. We have just experienced it or know someone that has experienced anxiety, depression, PTSD. So I just wanted to clarify that we are the first that I know of. I've done my research that's actually focused on the civilian side. And so I'm 2021 because this year we are launching the Bee University. It's going live on May 16th during our 5th annual Pave the Way Mental Health Summit. So what this is our goal is, let's change the conversation about mental health. That's our overall goal. So step one of changing that conversation is our Mental Health Summit coming up May 14th through the 16th, which is virtual. And Patty's going to be coming out and she's doing one of our sessions, and she's an exhibitor, and we're super excited. But it doesn't stop there. The Bee University is an extension of that. So we're going to offer a Bee membership, and it includes members-only events. It includes one-on-one on with our staff members, unlimited courses, a Bee library, which will have podcasts, radio shows, books, magazines, and this is an abundance of resources for people to know that there's a safe place for them. And while we're not, treating you or diagnosing you, these are tools to help you live life to the fullest.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. Oh, I am so honored and proud to be associated with you, Michelle, and what you're doing for the world. I really,
Thank you.
really, really am. So this is fantastic.
Thank you
Oh
so much.
yes. So tell us more, because I know there is so much more going on.
So, today we are launching. It's called Nora's Legacy. We're going to get more details in the summit, but what it is we're creating self-care boxes. And these boxes are going to have a bunch of goodies in them. And we're dedicating our workbook called Nora, A Book of Hope, in honor of my aunt. My aunt's name was Nora, and she was an RN for 20 plus years. And if she was here, she would be talking to businesses and individuals saying, you need to help get these boxes out to people. She would be raising money for us. So in honor of her, right now we're doing a special: buy one, donate one to a healthcare worker of your choice. And if you don't know a healthcare worker, we will send it to them in honor of you. So that's something we're working on right now.
Fantastic.
I did start bags from Nora, but due to the pandemic, it's been hard for me to go to the hospitals in person.
Right.
So we're kind of switching things up right now. We will still do bags from Nora in-house, meaning in the state of Arizona. But the beautiful thing about these boxes, you let us know where it ships, and we ship it for you. And your name will be in there, Dear Patty, on behalf of Joe Smith, we dedicate this box to you. So this is a great opportunity for people to give back to our healthcare workers, because they are the ones we're highlighting this year at the summit. Everybody is important that comes. Everybody is, valuable, but we're highlighting healthcare workers because the past year they have been on their own hell, so to speak. And it's time for us to say, you know what? Your feelings matter. Yes. You matter to us. And so this is our way of giving back. And if you can't afford a box right now, you're welcome to send in digital thank you cards, because we're putting a whole presentation together, because we're having a healthcare concert during the summit in honor of healthcare workers, where people can come and celebrate these beautiful healthcare workers. I'm lucky enough to have a board member who's a nurse, and I talk to her every day. I check in with her, and she's like, this is a nightmare. I don't know how many nurses and healthcare workers are going to survive from a mental and emotional standpoint. Because when you think about it, every 6 seconds, according to the media, someone's dying from COVID-19.
Michelle, I just heard, and I guess I hadn't really thought about it that deeply, but there was something I just saw as a piece on TV where a healthcare worker was having to hold a cell phone in front of the patient as they were dying so they could be with as close as possible to their loved ones. And I just burst out in tears. Oh my goodness, that was just something that I found so terribly, terribly upsetting. And it's happening apparently almost daily.
Yeah. I mean, imagine these nurses having to be the loved one's family member, their friend, their husband, their wife, their kids, because no one can go in those rooms.
Right.
And
that is so true. We're back.
Yeah.
Okay. So no one. So you said no one can go in those rooms.
No one can go in those rooms because of COVID. So they have iPads that they're holding in front of these patients. There are loved ones saying goodbye before they go into the hospital because they don't know if they're going to come out.
I saw that and I burst out in tears.
I had my own experience because my dad had a heart attack as a result of COVID. And he had the heart attack at work. And when he got that positive notification of COVID, he called us all and said goodbye, because he didn't know if he was coming back.
Oh my God.
So I know firsthand, and I know there's a lot of people know firsthand of what it's like. And so we want to give back to the community. And so the money raised from these boxes, we're going to create scholarship funds for nurses to be able to share their story. Because as you know, I've teamed up with Lemonade Legends. And so we're creating a program called Daring Lemonades. it's a way for people to share their stories. And so the money collect, we're going to help people share their stories. We're going to put some scholarships together for them to go back to school, to get that education they've so desired, because it impacts their mental health, because they didn't get to finish their master's degree, or they didn't get to pursue their next degree. And so that's how we're kind of combining it with what we do, is to help them mentally, is to help them finish and go back to school, because we know there's so many nurses that want to go back and get that degree to move up in a position that they so greatly desire.
Oh, Michelle, this is beautiful. Just everything that so wonderful. Oh, and our viewers and listeners are not going to believe there's even more to what you are doing, and that's why, again, I am so honored and proud and blessed to call you a friend, but also to be trying to do as much as I can to help you.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
Right. So, but there's more. So let's keep sharing more, because any way that anybody can be involved in making a positive difference is a win.
Right.
Right.
So we have, we're revamping our magazine. So we had Beautifully Imperfect for a while, and we're revamping it, and it comes out next month. And next month we're featuring victims and survivors of sexual assault. Because did you know that April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month?
I guess I didn't realize that, Michelle. So it really needs to get, it needs to get the word out. We need to get the word out on this, and and try to make a big presentation about it.
Well, sexual assault is just as important as domestic violence, but it's often forgot about. And so my goal is to bring awareness. I would love to see people participate in Denim Day. It's April 25th. You wear denim jeans. I'd love to see those photos. There's a story about it where they blamed the girl because she wore jeans when she was sexually assaulted. That's the 99-cent version of the story. And so I would love to see people put those jeans on, and let's support one another, because as a survivor, the labels, the backlash I've received, people telling me I deserved being raped, or why aren't you over it? What took you so long? Why didn't you fight back? I could go on, and that's a whole other conversation that I'm going to be actually having at the summit. So if you guys are able to come to the summit, it's virtual. I know you're like, another virtual. Well, guess what? We're going to have a pre-event party where we're going to have this kickoff before the event actually starts. We have former NFL player Ed Smith from the Atlanta Falcons coming to speak at the summit this year. Of course, like I said, Patty will be there. We have Miriam Martinez. We have Michelle Faust. We have an abundance of people coming out. And you want to get involved? We have exhibitor booths available for people to grab. We have sponsorship available, of course. We have speaking.
Okay, I lost you again. We'll wait till you come back and... Okay, we're back again. Okay, so you left off after, okay, sponsorship, then you went on to saying speaker. I think you were saying something about speakers. So the sponsorship. Are you still there? Okay. So you said sponsorship, and then you started saying something about speakers.
So we have opportunities for people to do breakout sessions. The cool thing about the platform we're using, unlimited breakout sessions.
Oh, fantastic.
So we could have 100 breakout sessions, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. So yeah, for our viewers and listeners, this is something. If you have been someone who has experienced sexual abuse, or if you know somebody, it's a great time to check this out, because I believe you'll find it so empowering to be able to have some healing. And okay, Zoom. Okay. We'll go back. Okay. So for our viewers and listeners, I really want to say, this summit, you may really want to check out. You yourself may be somebody that has either been through a sexual abuse situation, or have gone, or are going through, or maybe know somebody that is or has, and that really needs to listen to some of this information that's going to be shared by the speakers for healing and for educational purposes.
So the theme is empower our minds and mental health. Because think of this, Patty, 1 out of every 5 people are diagnosed with a mental illness. 1 out of every 5 people we know are living with a mental illness.
Right. And that's huge. That is huge. And I guess you don't want to put labels on family and friends or people, but something may not be quite right for them, but it can, who knows, and that's the thing. So it's really to open our eyes up. Are you there? Yeah, really. Yeah, really open our eyes up. Okay. I can do editing, so we'll be good.
For those listening and watching and are on the fence, do I go to the summit? It's mental health. What am I going to get out of it? Let me tell you. It's about coming. It's about being on the same playing field. We're all human beings. It's about taking those labels down, those walls down. And when you come to this, think of it this way. It's different conversations with individuals from all around, wanting to be educated, wanting to understand how can I help those in need, whether it's just learning how to talk to them, learning how to support them as a civilian. We want to have those conversations. And if you're on the fence, that's why. Come, educate, and learn that we're all unique, but most of all, we're all human beings. That's what we need to remember. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. And if I have PTSD, that's part of my story. It's not a label. It's part of my story. Being a survivor of rape is part of my story. If you're an athlete, an actor, a musician, part of their story. Just because that's part of their story does not mean they deserve not to get help. Because at the end of the day, as I said, we go home, we're human beings when we go home. We take those labels and we put them aside, and that's the goal of this summit. Have fun, educate, and let's learn from one another. Let's learn how we're cherishing these moments. I think we all can agree this past year has really changed the outlook of life for all of us. Now it's time to dig in and let's have some fun. Let's celebrate the 5th year of this event. I'm actually wearing the original shirt that I got. That's how old this shirt is.
Wow, 5 years though. 5 years.
5 years.
Yep. And
5 years.
And so help get the message out about all the things that we can do and learn to make lives better for so many people.
Right.
I know myself as because I'm involved with this event that you have, and what I'm, the stuff that I'm bringing to the table is to, it's to encourage, educate, and empower people to be able to live their best lives, and really find out who they are, because what I do as a goal achievement strategist, I help people to get from where they are to where they want to be. It doesn't matter all the things that have happened in the past. They are all worthy. We are all worthy. We are capable, and by sharing stories, we know that we're not in this alone. Other people have been through difficult situations, but it's to be able to, have that curiosity that's greater than our fears, allow ourselves to dream,
Yeah.
to allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to dream and say, hey, I'd like to do this. So what do you want to have, be, or do? My mission is to help people in life have as few could have, should have, or would haves. When we're old and we're telling stories to our grandchildren, great grandchildren, whatever it is, we want to have as few of those could have, should have, and would haves. We want the stories to be rich, and so this is why I do what I do. And wonderful, wonderful. And so now I got to share with our viewers and listeners that Michelle DiMuria is going to be one of the speakers on the Rise Above Summit coming up. That I have the Rise Above show, but the Rise Above Summit is coming up, where the summit will be broken down into the 8 dimensions of life, and how each person that's a speaker, the people that they serve in one of the 8 dimensions of life. So, and Michelle, of course, with what she does, she's going to be a speaker in the emotional dimension of life, because everything that she is doing, teaching, sharing, has to do with our emotional health. So I'm so blessed to have you as one of our speakers, Michelle. So this is fantastic.
I'm so excited. I think people forget, when it comes to trauma, the emotional impact it has on our lives. And so I actually share some tips with people, what works for me and what doesn't, because that's how people learn how to talk to me better, especially with my PTSD. So that's something I'm excited to share with people, is what works, because when people hear mental health, they don't realize the impact it has on our life as a whole, from wellness to self-care to finances to living to relationships. There's so many components. And so I'm excited to kind of dig into a little bit of that with this summit, and then with my summit, of course, as well, because I think when people understand that there's more to mental health than just one, they're going to realize, oh, wow, there's so much more I can do for myself and for those around me.
Exactly. That's why it's so huge. And I'm so happy to have you on our team, Michelle, because, just thinking right here, if we lock arms, arm in arm, and we can make positive differences in the world for so many people. So I'm so, again, I'm honored, blessed, and proud to be, working with you, and to have you, working with me, because again, the more that we can get those messages out, the better. So wonderful.
Yep. I'm excited. Like I said, these 2 summits are incredible, and we're just getting started. Like I said, we've revamped the foundation. We've got some exciting things. Be a hero. We actually are creating a shirt with a really cool bee on it that people can purchase by buying a summit ticket. All you gotta do is buy a summit ticket, and you get to be a hero to someone. And it's time for us to be a hero for those in our lives and for ourselves. It's time to take care of ourselves. It's time to put the phone down and enjoy family time or a movie. As Patty said earlier, I have a group of movies. I'm a Marvel fan, for anybody out there, so I watched the Marvel. I just finished WandaVision. I was like, that was amazing. My one piece of advice for those listening is take a chance and get to know someone. Don't judge a book by a cover. Don't judge an individual by the way they look, because I guarantee you're going to meet someone you never would have expected, but they may be wearing that baseball cap of that favorite team you like. Talk about it. You might just find a lifelong friend. You might just save someone's life by saying, hey, how's it going? You like the New England Patriots? Well, what's it like not having Brady on the team anymore? Strike up those little conversations, and you'll be surprised the lifetime memories you can create with just one conversation.
Right. And that's fantastic. And actually I work with people a lot, Michelle, because trying to help people achieve their dreams and goals. I have my empowerment network and mastermind where people that have been guests on my show, I get them together to network and mastermind to help people move forward that way. But also the viewers and listeners on my show, or that watch my show, I am giving them the stuff to help them move forward. I don't have all the answers, and I never have said that I do, but I have people and guests that can help them in different in the different dimensions of their lives. So it really is, it's all about getting the information out there. And I wanted to bring up the fact that with everything that you're doing, you have still the different legs. So one thing that I know we haven't talked about yet is that you have even a walkathon. So with all these different things you're doing, you're raising money. And these things are all raising money, but not just money, but awareness for, for the Be Daring Foundation, to be able to help as many people as possible. So can you share a little bit about the other things that you have going on?
Yeah.
So the walkathon and
So
I heard, wait. I heard something though. If we get to a certain point, you're going to dance online.
Yes.
Okay.
So for Steps for Stress Challenge, it's free to register. You just pick a team. May 1st through the 16th. Everybody has a smartphone. There's a health app on Samsung. It's Samsung Health. On iPhone, it's Health app. Or you have your watches. You have your iWatches. You have your Fitbit. I don't care what it is. You just write down your steps from May 1st through the 16th. You send them in. The team that has the most steps wins a prize. The individual that walks the most steps wins a prize. The team that raises the most money wins a prize, and the individual that raises the most money wins a prize. You are correct, Patty. If we reach the goal of $50,000 by May 31st, I will dance live on Facebook, the salsa, and if we go a little over, I will do a ballroom dance as well. So why am I saying this? Well, since I've been raped, I have not danced, and it's time to get back into the swing of things. So this is my way of getting back. You guys help me raise money so we can help as many individuals as we can. Yeah. And I'm going to dance live on Facebook for you guys if we are able to raise $50,000.
Put your boogie shoes on. Put your boogie shoes on.
Yes. So what is this all going to? And creating a community that's safe for those that want to come.
Beautiful. Yeah. And so you have the whole Be Daring. Do you remember what I said would be a good little keyword for doing stuff?
I do, but because I'm so 9 million legs. I know it was good because I asked you to use it. I'm honest, it's early. I forgot what it was.
Right. And right now I'm blanking because again we had so many things. But if we think about it, we'll add it in when we see everybody again.
Right. So here's my challenge to you guys. This is free to do. There's no charge. Go to the Be Daring Foundation page. Go to the Be Daring Instagram page. Like, share any of our posts related to the Mental Health Summit, awareness, the walk. You'll be entered to win a really cool gift basket. No charge, people. All you gotta do is like and share our post about our Mental Health Summit, our Steps for Stress Challenge, our Be a Hero campaign, which will be going up live today. Who wouldn't want to win some free stuff? I got some really cool free stuff that was donated because we were going to do a silent auction, but with COVID, it got messy and online silent auctions are too confusing to do. So we're going to give all the baskets away. So that's another reason to come to the summit. Tickets are just $15 and you get a shirt, a Be a Hero shirt.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And you get to win prizes throughout 3 days. 3 full days of fun, laughter, entertainment. And who knows, maybe we're going to have, Patty, we're going to have a music trivia session between some of the panelists and our guest.
Ooh,
we're going to have sports trivia. And we're going to have book trivia. It's just cool. Some of the fun stuff we have planned for the incredible event. So we have a DJ coming in Friday night at 5 Arizona time, and that would be 8 Eastern time, because as we all know, next weekend daylight savings changes. So to Friday night, join us. Let's see if the contestants, the attendees, can beat those on stage. Who's going to win this little battle between those participating and those attending? So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun stuff planned. Like I said, we have exhibitors. So if you want to get your business out there, we have exhibitor booths available. And Patty is an exhibitor. And, you know, this platform we're using is global. It's not just in the States, it's global. Beautiful. So anybody can check out your exhibitor booth. That's the beauty of online events, is that we're going to get to reach people global, not just in the States. So I hope you guys will come. I know it's scary. Know that you're not alone. And when you come to the summit, you're not going to feel like, oh my gosh, I live with PTSD. No, you're going to feel like a human being, having fun, learning. And for those also attending, you'll be getting a surprise in the mail. What? I'm not telling you. But they're going to get some free swag just by coming to my event. So I know how much we love that swag, but some virtual events, you got to get creative.
Right.
Well, my team and I have gotten creative, and we've found a way to send our attendees swag. But you're not going to know what you're going to get until after the summit, because I like keeping you guys on your toes. It's a good reason to sign up.
Yeah.
One last thing, Patty. So I got the inspiration of doing 5 teal tickets, like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, golden ticket.
Yeah.
You get a golden ticket, you win a really big prize. But
cool.
You won't know if you got that ticket unless you buy a ticket for the 3-day virtual 5th annual Pave the Way Mental Health Summit, May 14th through the 16th, featuring an incredible panel of keynote speakers. Like I said, Patty will be there. We're so excited to have her doing one of her sessions and being an exhibitor. And I hope you guys will take this chance and see what the Be Daring Foundation is all about, because I can tell you those that have joined us are pretty excited to watch us grow. And June, Patty, is year 3 of the summit, or the foundation. So what's a great way to kick off our birthday celebration the month before than having a group of global attendees coming to our event?
And that's fantastic. And so I have the website. I have your BeDaringFoundation.org up for everyone. And I believe all of the stuff that we've talked about that you're doing can be found right there, right, Michelle?
Yeah, I am revamping it a little bit this week. So, check back. Another way to be entered. So we're going to do a free VIP package to the summit. How do you get it? Enter our newsletter, simple name, email address, and get on our email distribution list so you can get our magazine, our email, and special perks on how to get into the different things we're working on. So there's another free way to get into our little community and know that you have the full support.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I guess I got to find another way other than this to do recordings, because that's going to, with all the editing, to go back and fix it. But so I'm going to have to check out the Hopin.
There's also StreamYard. Use StreamYard.
I haven't, I have heard about it, but okay. I'm writing that down.
Hopin is more for events. StreamYard's more for stuff like this.
Okay.
And there's also Microsoft Teams.
Okay. See, you're more techie than, so I'm getting ideas.
And there's Google Hangout.
Okay.
So those are just some options. So you don't have to edit as much. I feel so bad for you.
Oh, hey, that's what. So, and now I'm going to come in and I'm going to ask you do you have any more gifts for the viewers and listeners other than what you're just giving here? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to come in and say thank you, and we'll go to the... Oh, Michelle, thank you for everything that you've shared today, and thank you for being with me and giving me the opportunity, again, to work with you to make that positive difference in as many people's lives as we possibly can through your platform, and for you joining me with what I'm doing in mine. So for anyone who would like to find out more about me, you can go to patriciajogrover.com. And you can text the word goal, because I have gifts for everyone. If you text the word goal, GOAL, to 26786, I have gifts that will come right to your inbox right from there. I am going to have a little video playing for you. But thank you again for being with me, Michelle. And until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.